Self-service terminal. Let's start with this simple but very clever robbery. Watch the screen. This guy walks into a store as if nothing happens and begins to open the payment terminal in plain sight. And he's so sure of himself that no one reacts. Obviously everyone thought he was a repairman, because who dares to steal in public? To be honest, we wouldn't have paid attention either because it doesn't seem like a robbery. And that was exactly the thief's plan. He easily deceived all witnesses of the crime. Once all the money was taken out, the criminal, as a decent employee, closed the terminal and left quietly. Handbag thief.
Back off, asshole!
This clever fox has a very effective tactic. Being in the elevator, he waits for his victim. The thief travels with her to the floor she needs, and when the girl is leaving, he takes her bag and closes the doors right before her face. So, dear girls, be careful in the elevator and hold tight to your bag if someone else is by your side. This is a similar robbery but on the subway. The boy is next to the train doors. They just begin to close when he grabs someone's phone and runs at full speed. This is a simple and malicious scheme. Many criminals use it, so we don't recommend sitting near the subway doors. ATM. What do you think? Is it possible to steal an ATM machine without someone noticing? Many will say no, but we don't agree. Watch carefully. These young people took an ATM in front of a lot of people. They also did it in broad daylight. It seems unreal, but the boys simply planned it all well. They put on a uniform, got a vehicle big enough for the ATM, and got down to work. First they put the machine in a wheelbarrow that they'd prepared beforehand. Then they placed it in the vehicle and left. In fact, it was a very smart plan. The thieves thought that nobody would ask the service staff anything, and so it was, unfortunately. Cow theft. We can understand when thieves take jewelry, money and documents, but this is difficult to understand. Here we have a cow wandering down the street, and here we have a man approaching in a car. But he isn't just any man, he's a thief. What do you think? How does he steal this animal? Surely you've thought that he'll use this wheelbarrow next to him, but you're wrong. Look, this guy managed to get this cow into the vehicle and leave quietly. How cheeky. But we have to accept that those who steal animals are often the most creative criminals in their field. For example, these two are stealing sheep from a truck on the road. Awesome, right? And imagine the face of the driver when he arrives at his destination, opens the vehicle and sees nothing, or rather, no one. He would probably have thought the animals left on their own, but it was actually the job of a pair of witty thieves. So we recommend you to always be alert. Under the dress. It's believed that most thieves are men, as if women were not capable of stealing and all that. But we will show you that they are quite capable. Among girl thieves, one of the most common methods of robbery is to hide a product under a skirt. Fortunately, many of these cases were caught on camera, and these shameless women were caught. See how well they do their job. They do it in such a way that no one notices it, and they simply use long skirts. This is another case caught on camera. The woman used a great technique to rob this jewelry store. Of course, she needed the help of her friends. While her accomplices distracted the saleswoman, the thief slipped her hand behind the counter and stole a whole set of jewels. Unfortunately, no one stopped her, but at least it's an example of why it's not worth saving money in security. Laptop. Surely when going through an electronics store you'd like to buy some new gadget, right? But in some cases the prices are too high, so you have to say no, go home and keep saving money. But for this guy, people who think like that are dumb, because the price of a laptop has nothing to do with getting one. In his opinion, if you like something, take it, even if you don't have the money. The thief's technique is this: you need light clothing and the perfect helper, a baby. Hopefully this is not his child, because we don't understand how he can use it for this. But let's get back to the robbery. With great confidence, the thief went around the store as if he were choosing a new computer, but the moment he was alone, the man calmly takes the laptop and places it under his clothes. But that's not all. Once ready, the man takes the baby in his hands to hide the device and prevent anyone from noticing it under the clothes. We hope the thief was trapped, even though the computer was not the most expensive one. Money trick. Now we'll show you a very popular scheme among scammers to deceive sellers and cashiers. Watch carefully so you won't become a victim of this trick. This is basically a simple psychological trick. For example, this girl approaches the cash register to pay for a very cheap product. She takes out a large bill for the seller to see it and then tells him that she has coins. She does it supposedly to get all the change in bills instead of a pile of coins. Note that the customer did not give the money to the seller, while he already counted the change and is ready to give it to the thief. That's all. The seller's brain is deceived and the girl not only avoided paying, but also got a free product and some money. For you to understand better, we're going to show you another example. The girl wants to give a big bill to the saleswoman, but at the last moment she also tells her that she has coins and starts looking for them in her wallet. The confident saleswoman, who already counted the change, hands it to the girl, and the result is the same. The bill is not changed. The product is obtained and the cashier is deceived. Great. But don't forget that usually these tricks end up with a meeting with the police, so we don't recommend trying it. Smartphone theft. One more story about gadget lovers. Fortunately, no kids around this time. One of the thieves asked the seller to open the shop window to see, for example, a telephone on the shelf below. Then, while he's distracting the seller with his simple and silly questions, his accomplice takes another phone from the top shelf. And that's it. Seems very easy. But in reality, this trick requires skill and experience. They couldn't have done it on the first try, we're sure of that. And you couldn't do it, so don't even think about it. Clothes. And again, bad girls. Very bad girls. See it for yourself. The first girl doesn't want to pay for her shoes, so she decides to steal them. First, she behaves like in any store. The girl chooses some shoes that she likes, tries them on and looks at herself in the mirror. She stands there looking, without hurry. But why so long? Because she's waiting for everyone to leave the room. When she's sure that the shoes are perfect for her, she simply takes her old shoes and leaves the store, as if nothing had happened. The odd thing is that no one noticed, although there were a lot of people in the store. She could at least have left her old shoes in the box to pay for her crime. And here is another fashion lover. But a fur coat is something much more serious than a pair of shoes. We could never imagine that something like this could be stolen, but this girl made us change our minds. The truth is that it seems extremely easy. She simply approached the coat of her choice, opened her bag and shoved it inside. All her friends will die of envy or of laughter when the police come to take away her coat. Graphics card. And finally, here's a funny couple that's supposedly choosing a graphics card in a store. It seems that the lady knows her technology, given that she can choose a card immediately without looking too much. The truth is that attempts to steal electronic devices are always very funny. But hey, let's think that this was their plan all along. First, the girl plays with the box in her hands for a few seconds, as if reading the description of the product. Then she opens the box, takes out the card and looks around in case someone's watching. Now she places the card back inside the box. Oh right, she has to ask the man if that's what they were looking for. Upon receiving a positive answer, she opens the box, takes out the gadget, a twist to the body, some hand play, and voila! They get what they wanted. Now she just has to close the empty box and put it in its place, so nobody suspects a thing. The girl isn't the best at this, but her friend helps her with pleasure. That's what we call teamwork. They'll surely be punished as a team as well.